Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and my new hair. I don't know, what do you guys think about it? It's pretty short, but hopefully I'll kind of get used to it here, before too long. But today is going to be my makeup collection and inventory video. So I'm going to go through, show you where I store my makeup, as well as go through each individual category and the majority of the items I have in my makeup collection. So this is after a year of no buying and getting quite a few of items out from project planning and just general makeup usage throughout the year. So I wanted to update you guys on where I'm at with my collection and my inventory. So I will link in the description box and the card above my last makeup collection and inventory. So you can use that kind of to compare where I was at then and where I am at now. I am doing a makeup no buy for the year of 2019. I really want to not buy any makeup at all unless it's something that I'm replenishing for 2019. So I'm really hopeful that the next time I do one of these videos, my collection has decreased even more. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So this is how I store my makeup. Do you guys love my pumpkin wax warmer? So I have this little system here where all of my makeup is stored that I am not currently using. And then on top here, I have my makeup basket. So this is all makeup that I am currently using for the month. So that is where all my makeup stays. And I'm going to pull out everything here and show you category by category. I'm going to show you as I apply products to my face, that order. So I would start obviously with a primer. I have two primers currently. The one I am currently using is the Murad Age Reform Invisiblur Perfecting Shield. And I like this because of the SPF. So it's one that gives me additional SPF in the summer, or pretty much acts as my SPF in the winter time. I also have the Cover FX Mattifying Primer with Anti-Acne Treatment. This is really great because I feel like it just gives me a nice base but has that little bit of added benefit with the anti-acne medication. Next is foundation. I currently have 3. My everyday foundation is the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation in the color Porcelain. This is what I wear to work pretty much every day. Then I have my Dior Forever Undercover Foundation. I really love this foundation. It looks beautiful on the skin. And then I also have a full coverage foundation. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. So you keep this around for just nights that I'm going out or any event that I would want more of a full coverage look to my face. I only have one, the only one I need. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm in the shade Fair. This has lasted me such a long time. This is pretty much the only concealer I'm going to keep purchasing. I love it. I love the full coverage of it. It's easy to blend. It doesn't crease on me. It is definitely my favorite. Next are my setting powders. So this includes like setting powders and any finishing powder. So I have 7. I count this palette as 3. And that is important when it comes to blushes, bronzers, etc. I count the actual pan of product, not a palette, as 1. So that's how I get the number 7. So I have 2 loose setting powders. The first is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I absolutely adore this powder. I get it at Walmart. It's like $5. Get the translucent extra coverage. It's beautiful, great for baking and setting underneath your eyes. The other one I have is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Loose Setting Powder. This is the mattifying loose setting powder infused with peach and sweet cream fig. So good. Love that one too. I have 1 pressed powder, the one I'm currently using. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Pressed Powder in Fair. As you can see, I have a decent amount of pan in it and I'm wearing it down. So hopefully I can finish this within the next month or 2. Leave me down below your best pressed powder suggestions. I'm always looking for a good one. I've never found one that I'm just, I don't know, super obsessed with. I do like this one. I feel like it adds some coverage and it's mattifying. And then lastly, I have some setting powders here. I have the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana like finishing powder. So I use this just as a really subtle highlight, mainly for underneath my eyes, kind of add some brightness. It's absolutely beautiful. And then I have my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. So this comes with 3 shades, Dim Light, Incandescent Light, and Radiant Light. And I think this is beautiful. Dim Light is my favorite. I don't wear this every single day, but if I need my makeup to just have that extra something, so for like special events or nights out or whatever, I will use this, and it is beautiful. So I have 7 powders. Next are my single eyeshadows. So this includes everything that has been depotted, a single pan, or a cream shadow. So I have 14 single shadows. I have 2 here from Wet n Wild. The first one is Brulee. As you can see, I'm almost finished with this. I have been working on this for the last couple of months. And then I have the single in Nutty, which is just like a taupey, bronzy color. I love this for just like one shadow looks. Beautiful. So I have these 2. I then depotted some shadows from my Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. So they're here in my Z palette. So I have, I think, nougat, peanut butter, mousse, maybe chocolate frosting, something like that. I can't remember what all the names were, but these were the shades I really liked from that palette that I wanted to keep. So I depotted those. So I also have my cream shadows here. So this is the e.l.f. Long Lasting Eyeshadow, and I think this is in the color Toast. It's just this really pretty gold. I wonder if this is even good anymore. I haven't worn it in quite a while. Usually, since, you know, this is so gold, I pretty much just wear it during the holidays. And you can see it's starting to a little bit pull away from the sides, but I'm going to hang on to it until I officially can't use it anymore. So I have that. And then I have this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Birthday Cake. That's what that looks like. And then I have 5 of the Stila, like Shimmer and Glow, Glitter and Glow. Guys, I adore these. These are amazing. So this one is in Grace. This one is my favorite. I also have Next to Not, which I've actually never used it. It kind of intimidates me a little bit, but it is very pretty. Kitten. Twig. I've also never used this one, and I should, because it's beautiful. These darker tones kind of scare me a bit. And then Smoldering Satin. So that is everything for singles. And now for the pride of my makeup collection, my eyeshadow palette collection. So I have 14 in my collection. It's definitely larger than some, smaller than others, but I'm really happy with what I have. So I'll start from this side. I have the Pixie and It's Judy Time. It's Eye Time palette. I bought this mainly because of Judy. She's a YouTuber that I really love and am happy to support. And these colors are right up my alley. Lots of champagne, golds, warm tone neutrals, beautiful. And I really do like this palette, and I think it's really good quality. I have the older version of the Too Faced Natural Matte palette. This is not one that I love, but I keep it around just for the heck of it. I do enjoy it, but I find the pans are kind of small, and I just don't love it as much as my other palettes. But it is a nice, like, travel matte palette. I have the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. This was one that I could not pass up. You guys know I love my peach palette, which we will get to here in a minute, but when they brought this out, I just had to have it. It's a beautiful mix of matte and kind of berry, like matte peachy and matte berry tones. So this one's a little bit more satiny, but for the most part, they're very matte. One of the palettes that's currently in my makeup basket, this is the Shade and Light Eye palette. Beautiful. This is the newest little mini palette to my collection. I got this in my December Allure Beauty box. This is the Nubian by Juvia's Place. It's just a selection of shades from that palette. So it has 6 eyeshadows, and I really have enjoyed this. This is beautiful. The formula is beautiful. These shimmer shades are very pigmented. The mattes blend well. I've really been enjoying this. So I'm excited to have a little mini of this to try the brand and, I don't know, just to kind of see what this is all about. I have 2 of the Naked palettes. I have the original Naked by Urban Decay palette. a tried and true, one of my favorites. Absolutely beautiful. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't purchase a new one when they were half off, because this is my oldest palette. It was my first high-end palette. It was probably my first high-end purchase in general. It really is what started it all. I was into makeup before this, but this was like the train that that started it all. So it has a special place in my heart, and it is getting older. It's going on 5 years old, and I wish I would have bought a new one. But in any case, I'm going to keep using it until I just can't anymore. And then I also have the Naked Heat palette, because I'm all about those warm tone shades, and this is just absolutely stunning. I really love this palette. And I like this packaging so much better than the original Naked, but no complaints. I think it's beautiful. Collection of Anastasia here. I have 3 of her palettes. The newest one to my collection is her Sultry palette. I really have been enjoying this. This is definitely more of like a holiday special occasion palette for me. Not something I would wear every single day, but I really have loved it so far. I also have the Soft Glam, which is, it's beautiful. I highly, highly recommend this palette and adore it. If you love neutrals and also warm tones, it's beautiful. I mean, just look at these shades. Mulberry, Dusty Rose, Burnt Orange, Sienna. Oh, just so, so stunning. I need to get more use out of this guy, but I absolutely love it. And then my favorite of all the Anastasia palettes, my Modern Renaissance. It is messy as all get out. That's one thing I will say about these Anastasia palettes. I hate the packaging on them because they always look a mess after just a few days. But this is my palette. I've almost hit pan on Primavera. This is one of those palettes that once I hit pan in a few shades, I'll purchase a new one. It is just so good, and I don't want to ever be without it. It is just absolutely beautiful. Next, I have 2 palettes from Tarte. The first being the tried and true Tartelette in Bloom. Everybody loves this palette. It's a great travel palette. I've hit pan on Charmer. Stunning. Neutral. Has a little bit of warmth with this kind of like burgundy color. Some mattes, some shimmers. I will have to say, though, I feel like every Tarte palette, whether it's this one or my Tartelette Toasted, which I'll talk about in a second, always has like a dud shade. And for this palette, it's this bottom one. What's it called? Funny Girl. Such a dud. Patchy, not pigmented, not opaque, just a glittery mess. But overall, I really do like this palette. And then the Tartelette Toasted, like I said, when the warm shades come out, I just have to get it. And again, this bottom corner, which is called Candle, is not good. You can see it's just like glittery. It's not smooth. It's chunky. Not my favorite. But the rest are absolutely stunning. Love that so, so much. And I love the packaging of these. They're like hard and they're protected. I don't know. I really enjoy those. And then lastly for my palettes, I have my 2 Too Faced palettes. I did get rid of the semi-sweet, so these are the 2 I have left. The chocolate bonbons, which I really do love. Molasses chip, Bordeaux, some of my favorites. Mocha is really pretty. I don't really delve into like these colors down here. This like cool tone section. What is this one called? Almond Truffle is amazing. I wish Too Faced had single shadows, because there are definitely some shadows from their line that I would love to have as singles. This being one, probably Satin Sheets, Bordeaux, Molasses Chip. Some of my shadows from the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Nougat Peanut Butter that I just showed. These guys here. I would love to have those as singles. You know, and this, you know, isn't a single form, but actually be able to buy it in a single. But as far as I'm aware, Too Faced doesn't have singles. But beautiful palette. Really happy that I have it. And then last but not least, probably my favorite palette of them all, although this and Modern Renaissance are really, really close. It just depends on what type of look I'm going for. This is my favorite spring summer palette, and that's my favorite fall winter palette. But the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, oh my goodness, I adore this. Summer Yum, Puree, love those. Luscious up here, I would kill for another single of Luscious. Beautiful. Bellini, this palette is a mess. I love them. I don't love the purples as much. I find them to be a little patchy and hard to blend. But this whole area of like the warm tones and the peaches, oh, it's amazing. And it smells so, so good. I'm excited to bust this out in the coming spring and get some more good use out of it. But those are all of my eyeshadow palettes. For eyeliners, I have 5. My current pencil liner that I'm using, this is the NYX pencil liner in black. Use this for my waterline and my lower lash line. And then I have 4 different liquid eyeliners. It seems to me that Allure Beauty Box likes to send liquid eyeliners because this is where I've gotten all of these. So I have an Ico liquid eyeliner. That's what the tip looks like on that one. A little bit of a thicker brush. I have an Ico skinny eyeliner, and that's what that one looks like. I am really not a good liquid eyeliner person, so it's kind of difficult for me. This is the LA Splash Cosmetics Slim eyeliner. It's a waterproof one. I have used this one. This is really thin. So I've used that one a few times. And then lastly is Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner in Trooper. So I really need to give this one more use because this is a cult favorite for a reason. So I need to give this a try and just kind of see if I can improve my eyeliner skills. 4 mascaras currently, 2 that are open, 2 that are not. 2 of the Essence Lash Princess mascara is one of my absolute favorites. This one is the one that is open, so I will show you the wand since it is open. That is what the wand on that guy looks like. Just my favorite inexpensive drugstore mascara. I feel like it really holds my curl and lengthens my lashes well. So I have 2 of those. This one is not open, but this is the False Lashes mascara, Dramatic Volume Unlimited. I have that. And then another one I'm currently using is the Essence Super Curl Volume Mascara. I don't love the wand on this. It's a curved wand, and I think that can be kind of hard to use. It does, I feel like, lengthen really well, but it's just a little bit more difficult for me to use. But in any case, I feel like it's doing its job. So I have 4 mascaras currently. Next is another one of my favorites, and it is blushes. So I have 34 blushes. And like I said, I count pans, not just individual products. So some of these items have multiple pans of blushes. I'll try to quickly go through them here. I have an e.l.f. Studio Blush in Mellow Mauve. I have the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in, what is this called? Plum Rose. You'll probably see a theme of what colors I like. I have an Hourglass Single in Brilliant Nude. I have 2 of these e.l.f. blushes. So these are in the Contouring Blush and Bronzing Duos. This one is in Turks and Caicos. And then I also have blush in St. Lucia. I'm sorry. And then this one is in Fiji. I have one of the older e.l.f. mineral blushes. This is in the color Jet Setter. Beautiful for the fall. I wish they would have kept these around. These are so creamy and pigmented and just beautiful blushes. If you have those in your collection, pull them out because they're just so good. And then I have 2 from Milani. This first one in Tea Rose. It's like a matte pink. And then my favorite blush ever in Romantic Rose. This is raved about for a reason. It is absolutely beautiful. The swatch does not do it justice. When you apply it to your cheeks, it's absolutely gorgeous. So I have those 2 from Milani. I also have one NYX blush left. I've decluttered quite a bit of them, but this is Angel. This is just a pretty neutral color. I've actually worn this one quite a bit. I was trying to pan it at one point and then gave up on it. I had to scrape a little bit of hard pan. Maybe I'll go back to panning it. See if I can finish it for 2019, but it's just a pretty everyday kind of neutral color. I have a couple here from Benefit that I have unboxed, what am I trying to say? Depotted. These are from one of those palettes that they come with like multiple face products. I have Coralista, and this is Rockateur. And then I also over here have Dallas in a single. This one was just too beautiful to pass up. I felt like I needed to have this color. I hate the packaging on this, but I love the blush in it, so you just deal with it, right? I have 3 more blushes from Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Blush Palette. So I have Luminous Blush, Incandescent Electra, and Mood Exposure in that order. Mood Exposure is definitely my favorite, but the other 2 are very pretty as well. I love the way these wear. They're gorgeous blushes. If you have a little bit of money to splurge or just looking for a really pretty high-end blush, those would be my #1 recommendation. They're stunning. I have a couple here from Tarte. So I have the Tarte Color Wheel palette from a couple of years ago. And I've used the highlighters out of there, but I still have these blushes. So I have these singles from Tarte. This one is Tarte Dazzled. And then I have my Tarte Exposed. Absolutely beautiful, except this gets hard pan all the time and it's really frustrating. But other than that, I do really enjoy that. And then honestly, probably my favorite, even over Exposed, is Tarte's Party. So this was the Sephora birthday gift for 2018 or for 2017. I really have loved this. Really enjoyed that one. So that's another blush, maybe one of these 2 that I would consider panning, only because since I've had hard pan issues with like Exposed and some of the other blushes, I don't want it to happen to this one. So I want to use it before I would get to that problem. The other ones here, I have the Balms Balm Beach, another neutral color. You guys can probably see I go for the really neutral blushes. The Kat Von D Shade and Light Blush in Hansel and Gretel. If I could open it. This doesn't look like much of anything, but it's actually really pretty when it's mixed together and put on your cheeks, like a rosy brown color. And then I have Too Faced Baby Love. A really good dupe for Exposed, and I honestly think that this formula is better than Tarte's Exposed. So if you had to pick between the 2, I would go for this one, only because I don't have the issues with hard pan or anything like that. I have 2 blushes from NARS. First is NARS Sin. You guys have heard me rave about this a lot lately. I have fallen in love with this blush. Just a perfect fall winter blush. But then I also have NARS Madly, which is another favorite, and I'll probably rave a lot about it in the coming spring and summer months because it's beautiful. I love this blush. And then lastly, I have the Pirates of the Caribbean blush palette. So this came with 3 highlighters and 3 blushes. I'll show you the highlighters here again in a bit, but for blush I have Lost Soul, Caribbean, which is beautiful. I love it. And Bold Spirit, which I use more of like a blush topper than an actual blush. But that is everything for blush. Not that that's not enough, because that is more than enough. For bronzer, I have 4. The one that I am currently using and panning is from the e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzing Duo in Fiji. I'm currently working on that guy right there. Also, my NYX Blush in Taupe. This is just like a really great contour, cool tone type of bronzer. So I use that for contouring when I decide to kind of do that heavier. I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is in the bronzer shade. Love that. Love the way it smells. And then the last bronzer is probably my favorite. It's the newest one in my collection. This is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Omega Bronze. It is beautiful, you guys. If you can get your hands on this, do it. It is creamy. It is pigmented. It's not too orange. It's not too cool. It's just like the perfect bronzer for my skin tone. This pan is ginormous. I'm never going to be able to finish it. And I really love this. For highlights, I have 9. Like I mentioned, I have 3 in this Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean palette. So I have Fortune, Destined, and Star Reader. I have 2 highlighters from Tarte. The one that is like my everyday using, trying to finish up, is the Exposed highlight. So I have had some pretty decent pan on it. And then the other one is in the shade Stunner. This is much more intense. very much like a night out, a little bit more glittery highlight. I think it's beautiful, but it definitely has like a time and place for it. My newest highlighter from Nikki Tutorials and the Ofra collection. This is called Everglow. So it's got 3 different shades in it. This is beautiful, but it is very, very intense, very pigmented. And then I have 3 from Becca. These are definitely my favorites out of my collection. I have the full size in Becca Moonstone. It's just like this beautiful champagne gold type shade. It is perfect for my skin tone, so I really love that. And then I have 2 minis, one in Opal and one in Champagne Pop. I love these minis because I'm never going to be able to finish all of these. So this is really great that I can have these but not have to purchase a full size of them. So this is Opal. And I believe I got these as Point Perks. And this one is Champagne Pop. So those are all of my highlighters. Next are my lip products. Now I have 40 of these. These are any like colored lip products. So it's lip gloss, lipstick, lip liner, things like that. I have 40 sitting here in front of you. I'm not going to go through everything because there's just too much to individually go through each one, but I'll go through the different sections here really quick. You can kind of tell what color scheme I usually go for. But up here are my Maybelline lipsticks. I really love those. Probably my favorites are Warm Me Up and Touch of Spice. And next I have both of my Marc Jacobs Slow Burn. So this is the lipstick and the liquid lipstick. I'll show you what that looks like. It's one of my favorite lipsticks ever. Just a beautiful rosy nude type color. Next, I have my area of my Bare Minerals liquid lipsticks and glosses. The favorite of mine being Boss. You guys know I love this shade. I think it's described as like a beige pink online. I love colors with like a hint of brown to them. Over here I have a couple of the NYX Butter Glosses, great for just everyday wear. A Too Faced Honey Infused Lip Gloss, Fenty's Gloss Bomb, and then also a lipstick from Wander Beauty. Down here I have a couple of Urban Decays. 1993, which is my favorite color from Urban Decay. It's just this beautiful brown color. So I have a full size and a mini, as well as, I think this is called Disturb Love Drunk. It's like a matte red color. So that's it for Urban Decay. Next is my area of Kat Von D. So I have 2 lipsticks, one in Lolita and one in Double Dare. My liquid lipsticks, I love Kat Von D's liquid lipsticks. Lolita being my favorite. You guys know that I love Lolita. I've talked about Lolita plenty. Lolita lip liner, MAC Ruby Woo. This is brand new to me. I've never used it. I'm thinking I should use it right around the holidays here. A NYX Liquid Suede, a Wet n Wild Catsuit, a Sephora cream, like liquid lipstick, my Bite section, YSL, and then a Makeup Forever red lip liner. So I know that was really quick, but there's just too many to go through. If you want to see individual items or so, let me know, and maybe I can try to do like a dedicated lip collection video where I really go through each one. But that is everything for my lips. And last but not least, I have my setting spray. So currently I have 5. The one I am currently using is the Flower Seal the Deal Long Lasting Setting Spray. And then I have 4 Urban Decay All-Nighters. So this came in a 2-pack during the holidays, and it pretty much was 2 for the price of 1, plus we used coupons and things like that. And so I did pick up 4. I thought with this amount of setting spray, it probably would last me all of 2019, if not a little bit longer. And so that's kind of my purpose, was to stock up on setting sprays that I know I love at the best deal so that I could have it all year long. But that is everything. That is my entire makeup collection and inventory at the end of 2018 and going into 2019. I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing my entire collection, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.